first term, and their full forward David Collins has 2, and Brendan Maloney kicked 1, whilst for GoldenSq there was 1 each to Williams, Patterson, Blorfers and Gallagher. Here's quarter number 2.
Grand final day in Bendigo. The QEO bathed in sunshine. Nelda went up with Lee Gallagher, took it out of the air, goes for a long hand pass, but sets up Elkington, who punches forward. Here's danger now as Ward goes in. Lenigan's there too. Ward drives toward full forward where McAvale's got the chance. Edged out Tony Cowling on that occasion. That was better play from Tony Cowling. He got himself in front that time. And it's going to be Tony Cowling to take the resultant free kick and drive around the grandstand wing. Up goes the big fellow there, Coughlin for Sandhurst. Comes to the ground now where Kerwin goes in. He tries to fire the hand pass to Kevin Walsh, but Gallagher comes away with the ball, and a beautiful pass has found Vic Allen, and he's just the GoldenSq attacking side of centre. An ineffective hand pass was bad football, and it's going to be against GoldenSq that time, and it really was the fault of Vic Allen, who should have gone long there. And Sandhurst can come away there now with Mark Road kicking around the outer side of the ground. Michael Lenigan and Cole Faulkner in the race for the ball here. Ball beats both players to the boundary line and will be thrown in right below our broadcasting position.
Richard, that's a great duel, Faulkner and Lenigan. They're going to stage a great one this afternoon.
Yes, well, Colin Faulkner, a much taller player than Mick, of course, got the height advantage on him, or the ruck duel there inconclusive. Mick goes through the pack, grabbed by Brian Coggin, and Frank Coggin, his namesake, gets it for Sandhurst. Over to Gary Kerwin, who handballs it forward. Here goes Greg Hole, the star of the first quarter, with 3 goals as far as the Sandhurst forward line's concerned. Tapped away by Noel Dillon. In goes Gary Kerwin again. Inconclusive play. Finally picked up by Kevin Walsh. Snapped to goal with a left foot and off hands for a point.
Well, didn't McAvale get up that time, Richard? He's certainly got a leap on him.
He has got a very, very good leap. That was a good play by Kevin Walsh. Much underrated play, but my word, that was a clever, heady piece of play. Straight onto the left boot and bang towards goal.
Good to see Kerwin involved in that piece of play too. Really the first decent thing Kerwin's done today. And it's 6-2 playing 4-2 in the grand final. Sandhurst attacking into the breeze in the second quarter. And after the kick out, the umpire has pulled a free kick out, and it's going to go Sandhurst's way. And let's see who's getting up off the carpet to take it. It could be Bob Elkington, who got flattened there. Brian Coughlin on the mark. He doesn't mind dishing out a bit either, Brian Coughlin, a good tough footballer. Had a couple of poor finals after a great last home-and-home game. The breeze is strong. Elkington fires toward full forward. Charger Davey out in front. Came to Johnny Williams. Ball on the ground. Greg Hole in there. Noel Dillon gets the clearing kick. Around toward the wing. Vic Allen misses what he should have taken. Butters up. In went Mark Roden, gave him a nice one. And Vic Allen obviously must come out with the free kick. Vic Allen's in the centre of the QEO. Just into the second term of the big one. Goes toward full forward here, and a good mark's been taken. A strong mark in front of Shane Hartney by Paul Rodder, the GoldenSq centre half forward. And a major here would put GoldenSq back within 1 goal.
Well, Paul Rodder relatively quiet in the opening stages of this grand final when it's a poor kick into the forward pocket. Patterson underneath the ball, and Sandhurst going to relieve from the back line, but it's going to beat all players and out of bounds in the forward pocket, with GoldenSq kicking with the breeze in this second term.
Now, Richard, I don't think the scoreboard has credited Sandhurst with that last behind they scored. The scoreboard still has Sandhurst at 6-1, but I make it 6-2, GoldenSq 4-2.
That's correct, Shane.
As the ball's thrown in, Nelda and Kenny Smith go up. Kent Ward does the sharking, drives around the wing, and there's good shepherding too by Mal Cowling against Walsh, allowing Gallagher to take the easy mark. He fires it to Brian Coughlin, who goes long toward full forward where Storer and Patterson go up. Off the ground was Mal Cowling. That was great opportunism, but he's just kicked at the wrong side of the post, and thank goodness for the Sandhurst side, because Mal Cowling fired in a great soccer-style kick that time, which registered just 1 behind for the Bulldogs. Now it's Michael Lenigan in the unfamiliar role that time of the backline area. He kicks off from full-back and drives around, running the ball out toward the wing position where Frankie Coughlin's out in front. He's going to have to do more. Drives it towards Stephen Road, who's made good position. Now Sandhurst getting the ball moving. We're playing a short game as Kerwin fires out a very creative hand pass to Stephen Road. And the pass to David Collins was great football. And Sandhurst will line up. GoldenSq didn't touch the ball from the moment Michael Lenigan ran it out from full back. And it's going to be David Collins just 10 or 12 seconds later, and about 7 or 8 possessions later, who's going to line up from 45 metres into the wind. And
goals too. That's his 3rd goal this afternoon. 3 goals to David Collins and 3 goals to Greg Hole, as Sandhurst 7 goals 2 lead GoldenSq 4 goals 3, and we've been playing about 2 minutes into the second term of this Bendigo Football League Grand Final, and very shortly we'll be taking you to Flemington. All coming back into play.
Alan, that's David Collins' 3rd goal for the game, but very importantly his 101st for the season. And what a great pass by Stephen Road. My word, Stephen Road's Stephen Road is playing extremely well, and I think probably justifying his selection in the All-Stars team, Shane.
Well, he's doing very, very well, and he's on top of Pollock out in that wing. There's no doubt about that as Johnny Williams takes the ball. A bad hand pass. Sandhurst seemingly getting on top in the second quarter as Greg Williams flies in on top of the ball. Might have earned a free kick there, not paid. Billy Nelder charges down the ball. Faulkner goes in, gets it to Johnny Williams. Oh, goodness gracious me, Ward went down there. That's against you, Johnny Williams. The crowd saw it, so did the umpires, and it will be Kent Ward now to drive down to Ward full forward. Big flyers wanted here. Over the back comes Charger Davey. Ball comes to the ground. McAvale taps back toward Kerwin. He taps onto Wood where Faulkner picks up. Took a long time to get rid of it too, and the umpire agrees with me on this occasion. And Gary Kerwin, doing a lot more in the second term, is going to come out with the free kick, or will it be Elkington? Yes, Elkington to take the kick. And he's 35 metres out. Now it goes back to Kerwin now, so third time lucky. And Gary Kerwin, says the umpire, to have a shot for goal. 45 metres out, as good as directly in front. Sun in his eyes, kicking into the wind at the Barnard Street end.
Here's Kerwin's kick. Got plenty of distance, but not accurate. Davies underneath the ball and takes a nice mark to defend for GoldenSq. We've been playing 5 minutes in the opening minutes of the second quarter, with Sandhurst 7 goals 2 to GoldenSq 4 goals 3.
Percy Adlam.
Sorry, Richard, yes, on we go as Percy Adlam kicks now, and GoldenSq through Tony Cowling, get it to Paul Rodder, who's in the centre. He fires out to the running Greg Williams. This is a little bit more like GoldenSq good football, and the pass from Greg Williams was champagne football, and Tony Jones has accepted the pass, and he's 50 metres out, and he's on an acute angle. But the ball will land in the goal square. Storer and Patterson over the back. Too much height, and takes a very nice mark.
Very good mark over Andrew Storer. I don't know quite what Dennis O'Hare can do about this position up there. We always knew that Patterson on a dry day would take some marks, and that was a great grab. Here he is lining up for the goal, and I don't think he's made any mistake, and he hasn't. That's GoldenSq's 5th goal for the game, and Alan Patterson's 2nd, so there's a long way to go in this grand final yet. He's
got a lot of height, 6'4" in the forward pocket there, and that's where Sandhurst, they've only got one really relatively big man, and that's Bill Nolden, and he's playing on the ball. So they're going to have a lot of problems, the Sandhurst backmen, against the marking strength of Adlam and also Patterson during this grand final.
Yes, that was a good mark, Alan, and well-deserved goal. Storer will have to learn to go for the punch. It looks, yes, he's been given the instructions now from the runner. We can see Warren Wigmore coming in for the ball. There she goes, ready for the next tap down.
Running late at Flemington as the bounce comes in now, and it's Adlam winning this time. Elkington tries to go in and pick up the ball. Blaby's there for GoldenSq. No one can pick it up. Eventually Brian Coghlan had the chance. He misses out as well, and at this stage it's right on post time at Flemington, but they are running late. Stand by for a cross to the Edward Manifold Stakes. So we're right back from whence we started. There's the bounce in the centre, and Nalder wins out this time, but straight to Johnny Williams. He got an attack of the fumbles there, but will earn a free kick against Michael Lenigan. On he goes now, drives toward half forward where Ken Smith made good position. Dropped to sitter. GoldenSq going in now and trying to convert this scoring opportunity, but this time the umpire is going to beat them all to the ball and will call for a bounce, and it's on the GoldenSq attacking side of centre. Very warm day here in Bendigo. I'd say 24-25 degrees, and it's going to be a real test of fitness. Nalder took the ball out of the air, tackled. Might have dropped it, but the umpire said didn't get much of a chance to get rid of it on that occasion, and there's going to be another bounce down. 7-2 plays 5-3. It's Sandhurst by 11 points in an action-packed grand final. Punch down goes toward Mal Cowling and Johnny Harrison, who both faded out of the game in this quarter. Tackle against Brian Coghlan was far too high that time, and it will be Johnny Harrison to take the kick for the Sandhurst side. He gets the side running to Elkington, and Elkington drives long into the breeze up toward McAvale and Tony Cowling. And well called, Richard. It was a beauty as McAvale's giving Tony Cowling a bath down there. Plays on, looks for David Collins. Charger Davies there, punches the ball away. Comes down to Dillon and Hull. Dillon's first to recover, gets the hand pass to the running Pollock, and Pollock drives away toward Charger Davey, who backed up, but he got a bad bounce. And there's danger man Greg Hull driving across the ground. Don't know where he was going that time, because Michael Lenigan was caught well out of position, and Johnny Williams has taken the mark. Kick by John Williams down toward the centre. Nalder punches away. Home to Colin Faulkner now, who breaks a couple of tackles nicely. Well shepherded for, and drives a wobbly kick in toward half forward. Dick Allen had the show at the barriers for the Edward Manifold, but haven't moved in as yet. The umpires called for a free kick here, and I thought it was well earned to Vic Allen that time. And he's going to line up from 45 metres out. Jones made the lead, but Vic Allen fancies himself here. And Alan, I'd say he'd have a great chance with that breeze behind him.
Yes, GoldenSq will need a goal here because they're slipping behind Sandhurst in this grand final, but we've seen the GoldenSq short passing from Allen, and the player to take that is Tony Jones, the full forward, a very promising player for GoldenSq, and he's shown a lot of promise in the final so far, and here he is from centre half forward, directly in front. Umpire doesn't have to move very far, and GoldenSq kick another goal through the agency of Tony Jones, his first for the afternoon, and GoldenSq can move to 6 goals 3. They trail Sandhurst 7 goals 2.
Richard, very poor defence from Sandhurst, leaving Jones alone. He led early. The Sandhurst player didn't follow him up the ground, and all of a sudden there was the pass and there was the goal.
Yes, indeed, Shane. They didn't seem to pick him up very well. In fact, I was surprised then when the ball came out of Vic Allen, number 20 for GoldenSq. Noel Belser was trying to come in from the side. I don't think he was probably caught out of position.
There's the bounce and the breeze freshening here. I'd say it's a 4-goal breeze as Greg Williams gets it out of the centre. Down toward half forward, Alan Patterson in the race for the ball with Mark Rowe, who left it when he should have gone for it. Got the pass to his brother Stephen now, and Stephen will kick around the outer side of the Queen Elizabeth Oval. Up goes Gary Kerwin, pop the hold onto the mark. Elkington's got the chance. Johnny Williams in there too. Brian Coughlin picks up a good hand pass to Chris Pollock. That was creative play, and Pollock goes across the ground toward Cowling and Harrison. Elkington putting Pollock down after he got rid of the ball that time, and there's going to be a free kick down the ground to Mal Cowling. He's at centre half forward, possibly a little bit too far out to score. About 65 metres from goal, just kicking from the diamond line at the Queen Elizabeth Oval with the breeze to the city end. Drop punt will land in the goal square. It'll suit Patterson. He got a shove in the back too. It bounces over all players and will be finally pushed through for one behind. We're about to cross to Flemington just as we do, Richard. Patterson got the greatest shove in the back there I've ever seen.
Well, he certainly did. I thought that was, Malcolm Cowling got the free quite okay. The Sandhurst defence was very wobbly up there. It should have been punched through much earlier.
Right, that's the position here with Sandhurst 7 goals 2, GoldenSq 6 goals 4 in the Bendigo Grand Final. It's taken out to Clem Dimsey at Flemington for the 1983 Edward Manifold Stakes.
Melbourne Cup girl, Donna Colossi.
Yeah. Now, almost all in. So-called the lady, the last to come up. Ready now. Racing. Sentimental Lady and Alandalus jumped quickly with Perfect Bliss looking for the lead in the early part. Pearl Queen was prominent too. They're followed by Katie Louise and then My Marzalay. Money Game sprinting around them about 5 deep. Raging River's handy today, and then Berenza followed by Look Aloft and Katie Louise. Getting back in the field, Secret Bouquet, and then So-Called the Lady on the outside from Suitably Vague, well back with Taj Eclipse. Comarina's back second last in the field, and Chantel dropped out to be last. 1,100 metres left to go. Money Game sprinted around them, led by a length and a quarter Pearl Queen. With the run of the race, Perfect Bliss third, Raging River up running fourth, and then Sentimental Lady. Galaxy Gal one off the fence, My Marzalay 3 deep from Snow Bloom in the centre, and then Alandalus. Berenza was next over on the outside, making ground now Look Aloft. They're followed by Katie Louise, getting back So-Called the Lady, Suitably Vague, well back in the field, Taj Eclipse. Comarina's back second last, and Chantel was last of all. They make their way towards the home bend. They've got 700 to go. Raging River moving up with Pearl Queen to tackle Money Game for the lead. They swing around the corner now, and Raging River the first into the straight from Pearl Queen. Perfect Bliss coming off the fence, moved into second place, and then Snow Bloom. Berenza next on the outside, and they're followed then by Sentimental Lady. Running down towards the 400 metre mark, Perfect Bliss moving up on the outside of Raging River. Raging River fighting back. Perfect Bliss now grabbed the lead. Into third place and finishing fairly well was Berenza, and they're followed then by Look Aloft finishing well, and Taj Eclipse right down the outside. 200 to go. Perfect Bliss in front. Taj Eclipse flying out very deep on the track. It's Perfect Bliss in front. Taj Eclipse and Look Aloft. They're both flying. Taj Eclipse out deep. Look Aloft had to change its stride, but on the outside, Taj Eclipse got up to win by 3 parts. Perfect Bliss. Look Aloft had to dive in the last 50 metres. They're followed then by Berenza, Secret Bouquet, Suitably Vague, Raging River. At the head of the others, Katie Louise, and then Sentimental Lady, Comarina. Back behind that pack was Snow Bloom, Alandalus, and then Chantel, Pearl Queen, well back with Galaxy Gal, So-Called the Lady, Money Game, and My Marzalay just passing the post.
Great goal to Alison Patterson halfway through the second term for GoldenSq, and we're going to see a great final now as the GoldenSq side 7 goals 5 47. They lead Sandhurst 7 goals 2 in the BFL Grand Final. The ball back at the centre.
Robbie Smith back on the ground, but limping noticeably. Brian Coughlin was the player to go off while we were away for that race. GoldenSq scored a behind through a set shot, and then a great goal as Alan told you a moment ago to Alan Patterson. They're on top, GoldenSq, no doubts about that, as the knockdown from Adlam to Williams results in a mark to Johnny Harrison. Sandhurst going every which way but the right way at the moment, as Shane Hartney took a long time to drive toward half forward, and Walsh comes in and takes a nice mark. Playing a good game is Kevin Walsh. He drives over there now toward Gary Kerwin, who takes a good mark. He'll go for home now. No, he'll go for the pass to Collins. Good football. And Collins has taken the mark. Well, they look for Collins religiously, don't they, Richard?
Oh, he's a great forward. Let's face it, he's only, barely 6 feet. Let's have a look what it says on here. Well, it's just barely 6 feet and has 101 goals for the season.
He's missed that.
Still 101 goals for the season. Has he missed that shot for goal then? But he's got 3 for the afternoon, and he's the player they need.
Unusual to see David Collins miss a shot from right in front. His lead was good. The pass from Kerwin was good. Kerwin's been a better player in the second quarter, but
yes,
Sandhurst missing out on that occasion.
Percy Adlam knocks it over the back, Shane.
After the kick out, yes, Stephen Rhodes got the chance. Nelder and Adlam having a great duel. Frankie Coughlin's been quiet. Gets the hand pass to another quiet player at Michael Lenigan, and he goes across ground where Elkington has taken the good mark out in front there of Tony Cowling and Mark McAvale. And Elkington's had a few words to say to Greg Williams on a number of occasions this afternoon here too. No love lost between those two. I wouldn't fancy Elkington from here. He's a long way out into the breeze. 55 metres, will drop in the goal square. Up goes Adlam and takes the easy mark in defence for the GoldenSq side. And that's Adlam's 4th mark for the game. Doing a good job as he drives with a long kick in toward the centre, but Billy Nelder goes up, drops what he should have taken. And now GoldenSq have got the chance to come away through Kenny Smith. His hand pass to Blaby was a shocker. Nelder recovers well and gets the hand pass to the running Stephen Road. And he'll fire the ball around the corner, and the lead by McAvale was a good one. And McAvale has accepted the easy mark. Now McAvale is only 30 metres out. Michael Lenigan makes good position at full forward. He's about 10 metres closer to goal. 20 metres out is Michael Lenigan. He's directly in front. And with Sandhurst trailing by 3 points here, Richard, he's got the chance to put the Dragons back in front.
Yes, he has indeed. Michael Lenigan will wait on the kick here as he comes in. He's got it. It's a good kick from Michael Lenigan. Generally assume that Michael Lenigan's a 3 or 4 goal player in a grand final, and that's his first for the game. And actually, it's only Sandhurst's second for this quarter. They were 6 goals, 1 at quarter time, and now they're only 8 goals too. So it's only their second for the quarter.
Well, they've got a terrific grand final on our hands here, no doubts about that. It's been action of plenty. We've had everything. We had one of the nicest blues I've seen in a grand final in many a long day in the first 20 seconds. We've had high marking, we've had long kicking, we've had hard tackling, and we've had nice tight scores right throughout. And it's 8-2-50 Sandhurst, 7-5-47 the GoldenSq side. That's the way the scores read in this grand final. We've played now for 14 minutes in the second term, and Frankie Coughlin taps it over to Michael Lenigan, recovers himself, runs his full 15 metres and fires onto the left foot now toward Collins. Over the back was Faulkner punching the ball away. Elkington and McAvale are the first 2 players to recover, and there's a free kick against Mark McAvale this time, and it's going to be a free kick going GoldenSq's way. We're in the second term as Alan Besley checks scores.
Yes, Sandhurst are 8 goals 3 in this second quarter to GoldenSq 7 goals 5. Sandhurst 8-3, GoldenSq 7-5.
Somewhat of a discrepancy there with the scoreboard. We believe they may have missed a behind early. It says 8-2, but we've got it as 8-3. And Billy Nelder's been paid a mark, just the Sandhurst defensive side of centre. On the grandstand side of the ground, Billy Nelder with the ball. Playing a terrific game. Fires the hand pass to the quiet Belsar, who got unloaded after he'd kicked the ball. Up goes Coughlin from the back over the top of Vic Allen. Gets the hand pass here now toward Elkington, who fires through the pack, breaks 2 tackles. Hand pass to McAvale, who's been a great player. He'll look for Collins. No, he goes over the top toward Hull, but Dillon's got too much pace on this occasion. Fires a poor kick in here now where GoldenSq can come away through Blaby, and the pass to Vic Allen's a good one. He tried to play on. Frankie Coughlin nailed him. Now let's see what the umpire says here.
He's trying to break it up, Warren Wigmore there. He's having a little bit of trouble, but finally that was a head-on hard tackle.
Frankie Coughlin certainly made that tackle count as it goes into the centre. Williams was up for 4 acceptances, but the pace of Pollock beats them all. He has one bounce through the centre, fires toward full forward. Up they go. Oh, the big fellow Jones couldn't get the mark, but Blorfus, the goal, sneaks at the back of the pack. He falls over at the vital moment, gets the hand pass to Ross Adlam, and the ball eventually goes over the boundary line. Looked to be off a foot there too, Richard, but the umpire is calling a throw in.
I thought it could have been off a foot there, Shane. It looked as though it went off a defender's foot and clean over the line on the full.
Throw in, GoldenSq deep in attack. Sandhurst marginally in front. Let's see what GoldenSq can do here. Free kick though going against them.
Ron Stroffels on the job there. That's a free kick to Noel Bell. So he went for the hand pass right on the back line. Oh, Wayne Pickering has just got out of it, Shane.
Yes, fires toward the centre here now. Blabey and Walsh against Duke Evan Walsh for holding, must be. And Mark Blabey will take the free kick between centre and centre half forward for GoldenSq. And he'll go long now. Ordinary looking kick in toward the goal scoring area. There goes the train again. Billy Nelder coming out now. Stephen Road could have done some shepherding there, but now gets away and with good pace will fire around the outer wing here toward Gary Kerwin, who had his name written all over that but couldn't get up off the ground. Doesn't look fully fit, Kerwin. Kenny Smith is the first to recover. Fires down toward Paul Rodder, and that's a great mark to Rodder too. And Rodder's got the mark on the wing position. He plays on quickly and fires to Adler Muppet full forward. Over the back went Storer. Pickering's in there too. No one can bring it away until Belsar's the man with the ball. Firing up back toward the centre, but Alan Patterson playing that kick behind the play has taken a good mark. Patterson will go long here now. Oh, look at good position here. I think it's Blorfus down there. Let's have a look.
Yes, Terry Blorfus it is. Came on early in the piece and he's marked it on the wrong side for a left footer because he's on the Melbourne scoreboard side of the QEO, but we'll see how he goes.
Well, he's going to come in here from about 15 metres out. Pretty acute angle. Kicking to the city end goal. Left foot stab looks okay, and I'd say a goal.
A goal to GoldenSq.
Back in front. They are 8-5-53. Sandhurst 8-2-50, and Alan, I'd say GoldenSq have certainly played the better of the football in the second term.
Yes, they seem to have regained their composure. They looked a little bit rattled midway through the opening term as Sandhurst piled on the goals, but GoldenSq coming back now. We're set for a great finish to this grand final of 83.
Well, certainly Sandhurst are lacking drive across their half-forward line. They need more value from Kerwin. He's picked up a couple of kicks this quarter, but hasn't been the driving force I'm sure they would hope he would have been. Bounce in the centre's a shocker that time. Favoured Patterson, who got it toward Faulkner, but it came to Paul Bowe, who's on the ground. He drives up toward full forward. This time Tony Cowling, for nearly the first time all day, is out in front of Mark McAvale and takes a good mark. Drives toward half-back where Greg Williams has made good position out in front there of Kevin Walsh, and Greg Williams will now drive around that grandstand wing. Up goes the Sandhurst player in Johnny Harrison that time. Must be paid the mark. Good mark too out there in front of Mal Cowling, who's been a quiet player this quarter. Drives toward Elkington. He misses what he should have taken. Patterson recovers, gets the hand pass, a poor one, and Stephen Road backs up well.
Very busy
Stephen
player.
Road now will go toward half forward on the grandstand side of the ground. Here's dangerous. Michael Lenigan gets the ball running. Hull Faulkner right on his tail. Lenigan not having the best of days, Richard. Hull Faulkner wearing him like a glove.
He is indeed doing a great job, Colin Faulkner, but my word, hasn't Stephen Road picked up some kicks? He's been in the action all day, Stephen Road, and he's certainly a bonus for them.
Now the ball is on the grandstand side of the ground. Sandhurst coming into attack through the quiet Frankie Coughlin, and the pass to Greg Hull was a good one. He got one around the back of the head too after he'd taken the mark from Noel Dillon. I think it was only a friendly tap, Alan, but 15 metres resulting.
A good bit of acting there, and still the umpire Threlfeld's seen it, and he's put him right back to centre half forward now, and Sandhurst a great chance to score once again and get back in front of this game.
Very cunning little player, Holly, isn't he?
Very experienced, and he's got 3, I think, at this stage, and this looks like it could be his 4. No worries about that. That's home.
It's 4.
And Sandhurst now go back to the lead in a very seesawing grand final.
Yes, a great game, this one, Sandhurst and GoldenSq. They're traditional rivals. We're seeing some great duels, particularly Mick Lenigan and Colin Faulkner. The rumours have it that Mick Lenigan may be in the Geelong colours next year, but there we see in the second quarter, Sandhurst 9 goals 3 to GoldenSq 8 goals 5. Just 4 points in it, and we've been playing almost 20 minutes now in the second quarter.
Bounce of the ball in the centre once again. The grand final of 1983, Bendigo Football League, and Patterson got the knock away. There's the best player on the ground, Stephen Road, trying to shark. He got into Gallagher's back. No free kick. Out comes Belsar. Took a long time to get rid of the ball, and this will be a goal from square free kick to be taken by Lee Gallagher. Lee Gallagher's got the ball. He's marginally GoldenSq attacking side of centre. Good lead, good pass, easy mark, Terry Blorfus. And he's been a good player since he came on, Richard.
Oh, yes, indeed. He's a very experienced player. I understand he doesn't like the tag that's been put on him as the best interchange player in Bendigo, but he very handy forward, Terry, when on his day.
There's the kick from right in front. GoldenSq back in front in the grand final. I'll let the crowd tell the story, and I'll let Alan Besley pass on the scores to you.
Terry Blorfus kicking his 3rd goal in this grand final, and now GoldenSq 9 goals 5 to Sandhurst 9 goals 3. There's the kick on the replay. A beautiful kick from Terry Blorfus, and the Sandhurst backman had no chance whatsoever, and GoldenSq back in front. And the ball with Warren Wigmore in the centre of the QEO.
We're witnessing a really fine grand final in great traditions of this magnificent ground and this fine football league. A poor bounce again. Up went Coghlan with Patterson. Greg Williams went in. Paul Bow got the ball out of the centre. He's roving well in those centre duels. Greg Hull got the ball, fired the hand pass to the running Lenigan, but of course he was tackled illegally after he got rid of the ball, and Hull will go now toward David Collins, who's led well. Charger Davies out there in front. Ball falls for Michael Lenigan, picks up, kicks, and couldn't dribble it through. GoldenSq save it on the line. Umpire said in fact it went over the line for 1 point. Blavey was the saviour on that occasion, and the ball today is just not running right for the Sandhurst captain, Richard. No,
Michael Lenigan just couldn't quite get his foot to it there, and in fact before the umpires intervened, it looked as if the GoldenSq player was going to clear it away.
And dust flying from the goal square. You wouldn't believe it's been a wet winter here in Bendigo. Beautiful green QEO after the kick out. Nalder's got his name written all over that one. And not even the Mickelson medal winner in Greg Williams could reach up high enough that time to spoil him. Williams and Lenigan and Coghlan have all been surprisingly quiet players. As Nalder's kick goes toward Kevin Welsh. He's got time to come around now onto the right foot. Fires up into the goal square. Sandhurst had the chance through Lenigan that time. Off hands and 1 point again. And Sandhurst now creep to within 1 point.
Yes, 9 goals 4 to GoldenSq, 9 goals 5, and the principal goal kickers in this game have been Patterson and Blorfus for GoldenSq, each with 3, and for Sandhurst we find that Greg Hull has 4 and Collins with 3. Here's the ball back in play.
After the kick out, Billy Nalder had the chance, spoiled by Lee Gallagher, came to Stephen Road, who's got plenty of pace but taking a long time to pick it up here. GoldenSq players into his back, but no free kick. In fact, it's going the other way. And apparently Greg Williams infringed against that time. I didn't see that one. And Greg Williams is going to go for the torpedo. 65 metres with the breeze, up toward where Belsar spoils. Shane Hartney backs up well, kicks back toward the centre. Alan Patterson's in front. Frankie Coghlan over the back, couldn't spoil. And Lee Gallagher picks up the crumbs and drives back toward half forward again. But it's Belsar and Shane Hartney in the way. Johnny Harrison got an attack of the fumbles. Hartney and Belsar came down very hard there. Shane Hartney taking a long while to get up, and Mal Cowling's going to get a free kick against Johnny Harrison there. And with this breeze, he'd go pretty close to putting this into the goal square. Beautiful torpedo. Suits Adlam, but he got behind that time. Story in front, spoils, comes to the ground. GoldenSq with the chance now. They're trying to get the ball away, but the umpire's going to call for a Sandhurst free kick. And the quiet Wayne Pickering, who's doing a pretty steady job down there. Not audacious, just does enough in a game, and certainly is a very effective player. His kick is very poorly placed indeed. And Greg Williams, coming into the game now in the latter part of the second quarter, we're approaching time on, has taken the mark. He's 50 metres out, breeze behind him, acute angle.
There's a beautiful torpedo from Greg Williams going right into the goal square, dropped by a GoldenSq player, but kicked off hands and through for a behind. Well, into the time on period.
The Sandhurst backman got up very, very high there, Alan, in that goal square there, and I think Andrew Storer rather has taken the approach, well, he's going